Harry Tam, the controversial Mongrel Mob member who was a senior official at the Royal Commission into Historic Abuse in Care, has quietly left the inquiry. Tam was stood down as the Royal Commission's head of policy and research in June last year, after RNZ revealed a female state abuse survivor contacted the inquiry with safety fears. Other female survivors had also expressed concerns because of gang involvement in the inquiry's process. An independent inquiry was ordered into the allegations, but its scope and subsequent findings have never been made public. Katie Scotcher reports.
The Royal Commission has confirmed to RNZ Harry Tam no longer works for the inquiry, but the circumstances surrounding the end of his employment remain a mystery. It won't say when he officially left the inquiry, if he resigned, was asked to leave, or if he received a payout. It has also repeatedly refused to release the scope of its inquiry into the allegations made against Tam, and won't confirm if its own response to the allegations was investigated. Abuse survivors have previously told RNZ commissioners had known about the claims made by female abuse survivors for months and had failed to act to provide a safe environment for survivors coming forward. The Royal Commission is refusing to release the probe's findings publicly too. A spokesperson says this is because it's an employment matter. Harry Tam is a high-profile Mongrel Mob member with a domestic violence conviction. He declined RNZ's requests for comment. Tony Jarvis is a member of the Royal Commission Survivor Advisory Group. He encouraged Harry Tam to apply for the job several years ago and is disappointed to see him go.
We need a voice that is recognised within the Mongrel Mob that can bring this subject out, which is the most sensitive subject, particularly for survivors, but, and particularly maybe for gang members.
Tony Jarvis says Harry Tam played a pivotal role at the Royal Commission.
Harry just was involved predominantly in Mongrel Mob, but remember that he liaised and he worked with other factions, other groups, and no doubt other gangs trying to bring about change. So he was a very, very prominent figure in my mind when you looked at representing gangs or outreaching and making that connection to the gangs or whānau.
At its first public hearing, the Royal Commission heard from many survivors who said the abuse they experienced as children in care led them to join gangs later in life. Tony Jarvis says it's important gangs are represented at the inquiry.
We need, regardless of the flag and what public might say about gang members being involved in it, if we want to get to the truth and have an in-depth report, we need to involve them because their inception came out of failed state care.
Tony Jarvis says the Survivor Advisory Group has not been told anything about Harry Tam's departure. The minister responsible for the high-level inquiry, Tracy Martin, was not briefed on the investigation and its outcome. A spokesperson says the commission is independent and the minister isn't involved in or responsible for operational or employment matters. Mo te hōtaka o te Akiahi nei, ko Katie Scotcher aho.